Research. What is research? A. The process of finding information on the internet. B. A systematic investigation to establish facts and reach new conclusions. C. Random data collection without a specific goal. D. Personal opinions without any evidence. Answer. B. A systematic investigation to establish facts and reach new conclusions. Which of the following is not a type of research? A. Descriptive research. B. Experimental research. C. Explanatory research. D. Prescriptive research. Answer. D. Prescriptive research. What is a positivistic approach to research? A. Emphasizes subjective interpretation and understanding. B. Focuses on observable and measurable phenomena. C. Rejects the use of statistics in research. D. A synonym for qualitative research. Answer. B. Focuses on observable and measurable phenomena. Methods of research. Which research method focuses on observing and describing behavior without manipulating variables? A. Experimental. B. Descriptive. C. Historical. D. Qualitative. Answer. B. Descriptive. In which type of research method does the researcher manipulate variables to observe the effects on an outcome? A. Descriptive. B. Historical. C. Experimental. D. Qualitative. Answer. Circa. Experimental. Steps of research. Which of the following is the first step in the research process? A. Data analysis. B. Formulation of research problem. C. Literature review. D. Conclusion. Answer. B. Formulation of research problem. What is the final step in the research process? A. Data collection. B. Analysis and interpretation. C. Writing the research report. D. Formulating the research problem. Answer. Circa. Writing the research report. Thesis and article writing. What is the purpose of referencing in thesis and article writing? A. To show off the number of sources used. B. To give credit to the original authors and avoid plagiarism. C. To make the paper longer. D. To confuse the readers. Answer. B. To give credit to the original authors and avoid plagiarism. Which style is commonly used for referencing in social sciences? A. MLA. B. APA. C. Chicago. D. Harvard. Answer. B. APA. Application of ICT in research. How can ICT, information and communication technology, aid research? A. By providing researchers with entertainment during breaks. B. By facilitating data collection, analysis, and communication of research findings. C. By replacing traditional research methods entirely. D. By making research more complicated. Answer. B. By facilitating data collection, analysis, and communication of research findings. Research ethics. Why is research ethics important? A. To make the research process longer. B. To ensure the well-being of research participants and maintain integrity in research. C. To limit the scope of research. D. To discourage researchers from publishing their findings. Answer. B. To ensure the well-being of research participants and maintain integrity in research. Research. What is research? A. The process of finding information on the internet. B. A systematic investigation to establish facts and reach new conclusions. C. Random data collection without a specific goal. D. Personal opinions without any evidence. Answer. B. A systematic investigation to establish facts and reach new conclusions. Which of the following is not a type of research? A. Descriptive research. B. Experimental research. C. Explanatory research. D. Prescriptive research. Answer. D. Prescriptive research. What is a positivistic approach to research? A. Emphasizes subjective interpretation and understanding. B. Focuses on observable and measurable phenomena. C. Rejects the use of statistics in research. D. A synonym for qualitative research. Answer. B. Focuses on observable and measurable phenomena. Methods of research. Which research method focuses on observing and describing behavior without manipulating variables? A. Experimental. B. Descriptive. C. Historical. D. Qualitative. Answer. B. Descriptive. In which type of research method does the researcher manipulate variables to observe the effects on an outcome? A. Descriptive. B. Historical. C. Experimental. D. Qualitative. Answer. Circa. Experimental. Steps of research. Which of the following is the first step in the research process? A. Data analysis. B. Formulation of research problem. C. Literature review. D. Conclusion. Answer. B. Formulation of research problem. What is the final step in the research process? A. Data collection. B. Analysis and interpretation. C. Writing the research report. D. Formulating the research problem. Answer. Circa. Writing the research report. Thesis and article writing. What is the purpose of referencing in thesis and article writing? A. To show off the number of sources used. B. To give credit to the original authors and avoid plagiarism. C. To make the paper longer. D. To confuse the readers. Answer. B. To give credit to the original authors and avoid plagiarism. Which style is commonly used for referencing in social sciences? A. MLA. B. APA. C. Chicago. D. Harvard. Answer. B. APA. Application of ICT in research. How can ICT, information and communication technology, aid research? A. By providing researchers with entertainment during breaks. B. By facilitating data collection, analysis, and communication of research findings. C. By replacing traditional research methods entirely. D. By making research more complicated. Answer. B. By facilitating data collection, analysis, and communication of research findings. Research ethics. Why is research ethics important? A. To make the research process longer. B. To ensure the well-being of research participants and maintain integrity in research. C. To limit the scope of research. D. To discourage researchers from publishing their findings. Answer. B. To ensure the well-being of research participants and maintain integrity in research. Research. What is a hypothesis in research? A. A proven fact. B. An educated guess that can be tested. C. A subjective opinion. D. A historical document. Answer. B. An educated guess that can be tested. Which type of research aims to explain why certain phenomena occur? A. Descriptive research. B. Experimental research. C. Explanatory research. D. Historical research. Answer. Circa. Explanatory research. Methods of research. Which research method is focused on understanding past events and their significance? A. Descriptive research. B. Experimental research. C. Historical research. D. Qualitative research. Answer. Circa. Historical research. In qualitative research, what is the primary source of data? A. Surveys. B. Experiments. C. Observations and interviews. D. Statistical analyses. Answer. Circa. Observations and interviews. Steps of research. What is the purpose of the research design in the research process? A. To determine the sample size. B. To identify the research problem. C. To plan and structure the research. D. To analyze the data. Answer. Circa. To plan and structure the research. During which step of the research process is data collected? A. Formulation of the research problem. B. Literature review. C. Analysis and interpretation. D. Data collection. Answer. D. Data collection. Thesis and article writing. What is the primary purpose of a thesis statement in academic writing? A. To summarize the entire thesis. B. To introduce the topic of the thesis. C. To make the thesis longer. D. To provide the author's opinion. Answer. B. To introduce the topic of the thesis. Which element is essential for a well-structured thesis or article? A. A lengthy abstract. B. A clear and concise thesis statement. C. Irrelevant information. D. An absence of references. Answer. B. A clear and concise thesis statement. Application of ICT in research. How can technology aid in data analysis in research? A. By making data analysis more manual and time-consuming. B. By automating data analysis processes and improving efficiency. C. By discouraging the use of statistical software. D. By limiting access to relevant information. Answer. B. By automating data analysis processes and improving efficiency. Research ethics. What does the term confidentiality mean in research ethics? A. Revealing all research data to the public. B. Keeping the identity of research participants and their responses private. C. Making the research process more transparent. D. Avoiding the use of statistical methods. Answer. B. Keeping the identity of research participants and their responses private. Research. What is community-based participatory research, CBPR? A. A research method that relies solely on laboratory experiments. B. A research approach that involves collaboration between researchers and community members in the research process. C. A type of research that exclusively uses qualitative methods. D. A research design focused on historical events. Answer. B. A research approach that involves collaboration between researchers and community members in the research process. In the context of modern research, what does the term open science refer to? A. Conducting research without any ethical considerations. B. Making research findings and data freely available to the public. C. Keeping research methodologies confidential. D. Rejecting the use of technology in the research process. Answer. B. Making research findings and data freely available to the public. Methods of research. Which research method is commonly used to explore complex social phenomena and is characterized by a focus on context and meaning? A. Experimental research. B. Grounded theory. C. Longitudinal research. D. Cross-sectional research. Answer. B. Grounded theory. What is mixed methods research? A. A research approach that only utilizes qualitative methods. B. A combination of qualitative and quantitative research methods in a single study. C. A research design that focuses exclusively on experimental methods. D. A type of historical research. Answer. B. A combination of qualitative and quantitative research methods in a single study. Steps of research. In the era of online research, what is the role of pre-registration in the research process? A. Preparing for data collection. B. Registering the research project before data collection to enhance transparency and reduce bias. C. Submitting the final research report. D. Skipping the literature review phase. Answer. B. Registering the research project before data collection to enhance transparency and reduce bias. Application of ICT in research. How can social media platforms be used in research? A. Strictly for personal communication and not for data collection. B. By disregarding participant engagement and feedback. C. As a tool for data collection, participant recruitment, and dissemination of research findings. D. By avoiding the use of technology altogether. Answer. Circa. As a tool for data collection, participant recruitment, and dissemination of research findings. Research ethics. In contemporary research ethics, what is the importance of addressing diversity and inclusion? A. It is unnecessary and adds complexity to the research process. B. To ensure that research findings are not applicable to a wide audience. C. To acknowledge and address potential biases in research and ensure inclusivity. D. To limit the scope of research. Answer. Circa. To acknowledge and address potential biases in research and ensure inclusivity. Research. What challenges might researchers face in maintaining objectivity in their studies, especially in fields with strong societal implications? A. Objectivity is always maintained without challenges. B. Balancing personal beliefs and professional obligations. C. Ignoring ethical considerations for the sake of research progress. D. Relying solely on statistical data without considering qualitative insights. Answer. B. Balancing personal beliefs and professional obligations. In the age of information overload, how does a researcher distinguish between reliable and unreliable sources during the literature review process? A. By including every source available. B. By relying on personal opinions and biases. C. By critically evaluating sources based on credibility, relevance, and methodology. D. By avoiding the use of technology in the literature review. Answer. Circa. By critically evaluating sources based on credibility, relevance, and methodology. Methods of research. Critically assess the limitations of experimental research designs. A. Experimental designs are flawless and have no limitations. B. Limitations include potential bias, ethical concerns, and challenges in replicability. C. Experimental research is only suitable for qualitative studies. D. Experimental designs are only applicable to historical research. Answer. B. Limitations include potential bias, ethical concerns, and challenges in replicability. Discuss the ethical implications of conducting research on vulnerable populations, such as children or marginalized communities. A. Research on vulnerable populations is always ethical. B. Ethical implications involve obtaining informed consent, ensuring confidentiality, and avoiding harm. C. Vulnerable populations should be excluded from research to avoid complications. D. Ethical considerations are irrelevant when studying marginalized communities. Answer. B. Ethical implications involve obtaining informed consent, ensuring confidentiality, and avoiding harm. Steps of research. Critically evaluate the impact of a poorly formulated research question on the entire research process. A. A poorly formulated research question has no impact on the research process. B. It can lead to biased results, wasted resources, and a lack of focus in the study. C. Research questions are irrelevant to the overall research process. D. Poorly formulated questions speed up the research process. Answer. B. It can lead to biased results, wasted resources, and a lack of focus in the study. Application of ICT in research. Examine the potential ethical concerns associated with the use of artificial intelligence (AI) in research. A. AI eliminates ethical concerns in research. B. Ethical concerns include issues related to bias, privacy, and lack of transparency in AI algorithms. C. AI should be used without considering ethical implications. D. Ethical concerns are only relevant to traditional research methods. Answer. B. Ethical concerns include issues related to bias, privacy, and lack of transparency in AI algorithms. Research ethics. Critically discuss the role of research funding in shaping research priorities and potential conflicts of interest. A. Research funding has no impact on research priorities. B. Funding sources can influence research priorities and introduce conflicts of interest. C. Conflicts of interest are irrelevant in research. D. Researchers should avoid seeking external funding to maintain objectivity. Answer. B. Funding sources can influence research priorities and introduce conflicts of interest. Research. In the context of interdisciplinary research, what challenges and advantages arise from combining insights from multiple fields? A. Interdisciplinary research has no challenges, it only offers advantages. B. Challenges include potential conflicts in methodologies, but advantages include holistic perspectives. C. Interdisciplinary research is not a viable approach in the modern era. D. The advantages of interdisciplinary research are overrated, and it is best to stick to a single discipline. Answer. B. Challenges include potential conflicts in methodologies, but advantages include holistic perspectives. Considering the rise of citizen science initiatives, how does involving the public in the research process impact the scientific landscape? A. Public involvement in research has no impact on scientific credibility. B. It enhances scientific credibility by incorporating diverse perspectives but may raise challenges in quality control. C. Public involvement undermines the scientific rigor of research. D. Citizen science is only suitable for certain non-scientific projects. Answer. B. It enhances scientific credibility by incorporating diverse perspectives but may raise challenges in quality control. Methods of research. With the growing emphasis on qualitative methodologies, discuss a situation where quantitative research might be more appropriate. A. Quantitative research is always superior to qualitative methods. B. In situations where a large sample size is required, quantitative methods are more appropriate. C. Qualitative methods are outdated, and quantitative research should be prioritized. D. Quantitative research is only suitable for historical studies. Answer. B. In situations where a large sample size is required, quantitative methods are more appropriate. In light of recent advancements, how has virtual reality (VR) been utilized as a research tool, and what challenges does it pose in experimental settings? A. VR has no applications in research. B. VR is used extensively for its immersive qualities, but challenges include ethical considerations and potential simulation sickness. C. Traditional methods are always more reliable than VR in experimental settings. D. Ethical concerns are irrelevant when using VR in research. Answer. B. VR is used extensively for its immersive qualities, but challenges include ethical considerations and potential simulation sickness. Steps of research. Evaluate the impact of open access publishing on the dissemination of research findings. A. Open access publishing has no impact on the accessibility of research findings. B. It enhances accessibility but may raise concerns about the quality of peer review. C. Traditional publishing is more effective than open access. D. Accessibility is not a consideration in the research dissemination process. Answer. B. It enhances accessibility but may raise concerns about the quality of peer review. Application of ICT in research. Discuss the role of blockchain technology in ensuring the integrity and transparency of research data. A. Blockchain technology is irrelevant to research data integrity. B. It provides a secure and transparent way to record and verify research data, reducing the risk of manipulation. C. Traditional methods are more effective than blockchain in ensuring data integrity. D. Blockchain technology only complicates the research process. Answer. B. It provides a secure and transparent way to record and verify research data, reducing the risk of manipulation. Research ethics. Examine the ethical considerations surrounding the use of data obtained from social media platforms for research purposes. A. Using social media data for research is ethically unproblematic. B. Ethical concerns include issues of privacy, consent, and potential biases in social media data. C. Ethical considerations are irrelevant in the era of big data. D. Social media data should be the primary source for all research. Answer. B. Ethical concerns include issues of privacy, consent, and potential biases in social media data. Research basics. What is the primary purpose of research? A. Entertainment. B. Finding information on the internet. C. Systematic investigation to establish facts and reach conclusions. D. Personal opinions without evidence. Answer. Circa. Systematic investigation to establish facts and reach conclusions. Which type of research aims to explain why certain phenomena occur? A. Descriptive. B. Experimental. C. Explanatory. D. Historical. Answer. Circa. Explanatory. Research approaches. What is a key characteristic of the post-positivistic approach to research? A. Emphasis on objective reality and measurement. B. Acceptance of multiple perspectives and the role of interpretation. C. Strict adherence to statistical methods. D. Rejection of qualitative research. Answer. B. Acceptance of multiple perspectives and the role of interpretation. Research methods. Which research method is focused on understanding past events and their significance? A. Descriptive. B. Experimental. C. Historical. D. Qualitative. Answer. Circa. Historical. In qualitative research, what is the primary source of data? A. Surveys. B. Experiments. C. Observations and interviews. D. Statistical analyses. Answer. Circa. Observations and interviews. Steps of research. During which step of the research process is data collected? A. Formulation of the research problem. B. Literature review. C. Analysis and interpretation. D. Data collection. Answer. D. Data collection. Thesis and article writing. What is the purpose of referencing in thesis and article writing? A. To make the paper longer. B. To give credit to the original authors and avoid plagiarism. C. To discourage readers from checking the sources. D. To hide the sources used. Answer. B. To give credit to the original authors and avoid plagiarism. Which style is commonly used for referencing in social sciences? A. MLA. B. APA. C. Chicago. D. Harvard. Answer. B. APA. Application of ICT in research. How can ICT aid research? A. By making data collection slower. B. By limiting access to information. C. By automating data collection and improving accuracy. D. By avoiding the use of technology altogether. Answer. Circa. By automating data collection and improving accuracy. Research ethics. What is the main purpose of obtaining informed consent in research? A. To guarantee that participants understand every detail of the research process. B. To make the research process more bureaucratic. C. To protect the rights and well-being of research participants. D. To discourage participants from joining the study. Answer. Circa. To protect the rights and well-being of research participants. Research basics. Critically assess the role of serendipity in the research process. A. Serendipity has no place in rigorous research. B. It is a valuable aspect that can lead to unexpected discoveries and insights. C. Serendipity only occurs in qualitative research. D. Researchers should avoid serendipitous findings to maintain control. Answer. B. It is a valuable aspect that can lead to unexpected discoveries and insights. Discuss the ethical implications of conducting research on controversial topics. A. Controversial topics should be avoided in research to prevent ethical concerns. B. Ethical considerations involve balancing the potential benefits with the risks and ensuring participant well-being. C. Controversial topics have no ethical implications. D. Research ethics are irrelevant when dealing with controversial subjects. Answer. B. Ethical considerations involve balancing the potential benefits with the risks and ensuring participant well-being. Research approaches. Evaluate the challenges and benefits of integrating indigenous knowledge into mainstream research practices. A. Indigenous knowledge has no place in modern research. B. Challenges include potential conflicts with Western methodologies, but benefits include enriched perspectives. C. Indigenous knowledge is superior to Western research practices. D. Integrating indigenous knowledge is unnecessary and complicates research. Answer. B. Challenges include potential conflicts with Western methodologies, but benefits include enriched perspectives. Research methods. Critically analyze the limitations of using surveys as a research method. A. Surveys are the most reliable research method with no limitations. B. Limitations include issues of response bias, limited depth of information, and potential lack of representativeness. C. Surveys are outdated and should be replaced with more modern methods. D. Surveys are only suitable for quantitative research. Answer. B. Limitations include issues of response bias, limited depth of information, and potential lack of representativeness. Thesis and article writing. Examine the role of reflexivity in qualitative research writing. A. Reflexivity is unnecessary in research writing. B. It involves acknowledging and critically examining the researcher's influence on the study, enhancing transparency. C. Reflexivity is only relevant to experimental research. D. It is a term synonymous with bias and should be avoided in writing. Answer. B. It involves acknowledging and critically examining the researcher's influence on the study, enhancing transparency. Application of ICT in research. Discuss the ethical considerations in using big data analytics for research purposes. A. Big data analytics eliminate ethical concerns in research. B. Ethical considerations include issues of privacy, consent, and potential biases in big data. C. Big data analytics are not suitable for research applications. D. Ethical concerns in big data are irrelevant in the digital age. Answer. B. Ethical considerations include issues of privacy, consent, and potential biases in big data. Research ethics. Evaluate the ethical implications of conducting research in developing countries. A. Research ethics are universal and do not vary based on the location of the study. B. Ethical implications include issues of cultural sensitivity, power dynamics, and the potential for exploitation. C. Conducting research in developing countries is ethically superior. D. Ethical considerations are unnecessary when conducting research internationally. Answer. B. Ethical implications include issues of cultural sensitivity, power dynamics, and the potential for exploitation. One. What does ICT stand for? A. International Computer Technology. B. Information and Communication Technology. C. Internet and Computer Technology. D. Integrated Communication Tools. Answer. B. Information and Communication Technology. 2. Which of the following is a component of the Internet? A. Extranet. B. Ethernet. C. Intranet. D. World Wide Web www. Answer. D. World Wide Web www. 3. What is the primary purpose of Intranet? A. Connect to the Internet. B. Share information within an organization. C. Access online shopping websites. D. Send emails to external contacts. Answer. B. Share information within an organization. 4. What does email stand for? A. Electronic mail. B. Efficient mail. C. External mail. D. Emergency mail. Answer. A. Electronic mail. 5. What is the key feature of audio and video conferencing? A. Text-based communication. B. Real-time communication with sound and visuals. C. File sharing only. D. Offline communication. Answer. B. Real-time communication with sound and visuals. 6. Which of the following is a digital initiative in higher education? A. Traditional classroom teaching only. B. Online courses and e-learning. C. Pen and paper exams only. D. Limited access to educational resources. Answer. B. Online courses and e-learning. 7. How does ICT contribute to governance? A. By increasing bureaucracy. B. By slowing down decision-making processes. C. By improving transparency and efficiency. D. By reducing public access to information. Answer. Circa. By improving transparency and efficiency. 8. What is the purpose of a firewall in the context of computer networks? A. To enhance internet speed. B. To protect against unauthorized access and attacks. C. To filter spam emails. D. To improve network connectivity. Answer. B. To protect against unauthorized access and attacks. 9. Which protocol is commonly used for secure communication over the Internet, especially for online transactions? A. HTTP. B. FTP. C. SSL/TLS. D. UDP. Answer. Circa. SSL/TLS. 10. What does the acronym URL stand for? A. Uniform Resource Locator. B. Universal Record Locator. C. Unique Resource Link. D. Unified Resource Listing. Answer. A. Uniform Resource Locator. 11. What is the purpose of a DNS domain name system? A. To encrypt internet traffic. B. To convert domain names to IP addresses. C. To organize files on a computer. D. To compress data for faster transmission. Answer. B. To convert domain names to IP addresses. 12. In the context of ICT, what does the term phishing refer to? A. A method of securing network connections. B. A type of computer virus. C. Unauthorized access to a computer system. D. Deceptive attempts to obtain sensitive information. Answer. D. Deceptive attempts to obtain sensitive information. 13. What is the significance of the acronym IoT in the realm of technology? A. Internet of Things. B. Input-output technology. C. Integrated online tools. D. Information on telecommunications. Answer. A. Internet of Things. 14. How does cloud computing differ from traditional computing? A. Cloud computing relies on physical hardware. B. Traditional computing uses the Internet for data storage. C. Cloud computing relies on a network of remote servers. D. Traditional computing is more cost-effective. Answer. Circa. Cloud computing relies on a network of remote servers. 15. What is the purpose of a VPN, virtual private network? A. To enhance internet speed. B. To establish a secure, private connection over the Internet. C. To block access to specific websites. D. To increase vulnerability to cyber attacks. Answer. B. To establish a secure, private connection over the Internet. 16. What is the role of a content delivery network, CDN, in Internet infrastructure? A. To manage domain names. B. To optimize the delivery of web content by distributing it across multiple servers. C. To encrypt data during transmission. D. To regulate Internet traffic. Answer. B. To optimize the delivery of web content by distributing it across multiple servers. 17. Which programming language is commonly used for developing dynamic web applications and server-side scripting? A. Java. B. JavaScript. C. Python. D. HTML. Answer. B. JavaScript. 18. What is the significance of the term big data in the context of information technology? A. Refers to large-sized computer systems. B. Describes data sets that are too small to be analyzed. C. Involves processing and analyzing large volumes of complex and unstructured data. D. Represents a type of computer virus. Answer. Circa. Involves processing and analyzing large volumes of complex and unstructured data. 19. In the context of cybersecurity, what is a zero-day vulnerability? A. A security flaw that has been known for 0 days. B. A vulnerability that has never been exploited. C. A security hole that is known but has not been patched. D. A vulnerability that is exploited before the software vendor releases a fix. Answer. D. A vulnerability that is exploited before the software vendor releases a fix. 20. What is the concept of blockchain and its primary application? A. A decentralized database technology, commonly used in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. B. A type of computer virus that spreads rapidly. C. A method of compressing data for efficient storage. D. A protocol for secure email communication. Answer. A. A decentralized database technology, commonly used in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. 21. How does machine learning differ from traditional programming? A. Machine learning relies on predefined rules, while traditional programming follows a learning-based approach. B. Traditional programming uses algorithms, while machine learning allows systems to learn and improve from experience. C. Machine learning is only used in scientific research, while traditional programming is used in practical applications. D. Traditional programming is more efficient for complex tasks than machine learning. Answer. B. Traditional programming uses algorithms, while machine learning allows systems to learn and improve from experience. 22. What is the role of a data scientist in the field of ICT? A. To develop software applications. B. To design computer hardware. C. To analyze and interpret complex data sets to inform business decision-making. D. To manage computer networks. Answer. Circa. To analyze and interpret complex data sets to inform business decision-making. 23. What is the significance of the term fog computing in the context of network architecture? A. It refers to the dispersion of computing resources to the network edge for faster processing. B. It signifies a weather-dependent algorithm for cloud computing. C. It represents a security protocol for encrypted communication. D. It denotes the use of artificial intelligence in data centers. Answer. A. It refers to the dispersion of computing resources to the network edge for faster processing. 24. In the realm of cybersecurity, what is a honeypot? A. A simulated environment used to attract and detect hackers. B. A secure method for storing passwords. C. A type of malware that disguises itself as a legitimate program. D. A hardware component in network infrastructure. Answer. A. A simulated environment used to attract and detect hackers. 25. What is the concept of edge computing, and how does it differ from cloud computing? A. Edge computing refers to decentralized data processing closer to the data source, while cloud computing relies on centralized remote servers. B. Edge computing is a synonym for cloud computing. C. Edge computing is a term used for offline data processing, while cloud computing is for online processing. D. Edge computing focuses on quantum computing, while cloud computing relies on classical computing. Answer. A. Edge computing refers to decentralized data processing closer to the data source, while cloud computing relies on centralized remote servers. 26. What is the purpose of a distributed denial of service DDoS attack? A. To encrypt data on a network. B. To overwhelm a system with a flood of traffic, causing a disruption in service. C. To redirect internet traffic to a fake website. D. To steal sensitive information from a server. Answer. B. To overwhelm a system with a flood of traffic, causing a disruption in service. 27. How does 5G technology differ from previous generations of mobile networks, e.g., 4G? A. 5G provides slower data transfer speeds compared to 4G. B. 5G has lower network capacity than 4G. C. 5G offers faster data transfer speeds, lower latency, and higher network capacity than 4G. D. 5G is primarily designed for voice communication, while 4G is for data transfer. Answer. Circa. 5G offers faster data transfer speeds, lower latency, and higher network capacity than 4G. 28. What is the role of a quantum computer in the field of information processing? A. To execute complex algorithms for data encryption. B. To perform calculations using classical bits. C. To solve certain types of problems exponentially faster than classical computers. D. To enhance virtual reality simulations. Answer. Circa. To solve certain types of problems exponentially faster than classical computers. 29. What is the primary objective of the concept, DevOps, in software development? A. To separate development and operations teams for increased specialization. B. To automate and streamline the collaboration between development and operations for faster and more reliable software delivery. C. To eliminate the need for quality assurance in the software development lifecycle. D. To focus solely on software design without considering deployment aspects. Answer. B. To automate and streamline the collaboration between development and operations for faster and more reliable software delivery. 30. In the context of data privacy, what does GDPR stand for? A. Global Data Protection Regulation. B. General Data Privacy Rule. C. General Data Protection Regulation. D. General Digital Privacy Requirement. Answer. Circa. General Data Protection Regulation. 31. What is the significance of containers in modern software development? A. Physical devices for storing and transporting data. B. Lightweight, portable, and scalable units for packaging and deploying software applications. C. Security protocols for data transmission. D. Specialized algorithms for data compression. Answer. B. Lightweight, portable, and scalable units for packaging and deploying software applications. 32. What is the purpose of augmented reality (AR) technology? A. To create a virtual environment disconnected from the real world. B. To enhance the real-world environment by overlaying digital information or objects. C. To simulate realistic computer-generated environments. D. To analyze large datasets for business intelligence. Answer. B. To enhance the real-world environment by overlaying digital information or objects. 33. What is the term for a software development approach where continuous integration and continuous delivery are combined with automated testing throughout the development process? A. Agile development. B. Waterfall development. C. Spiral development. D. Extreme programming (XP). Answer. A. Agile development. 34. How does the concept of serverless computing differ from traditional server-based computing? A. Serverless computing does not involve the use of servers. B. Serverless computing relies on a single, centralized server. C. Serverless computing allows developers to focus on code without managing servers directly. D. Serverless computing is more resource-intensive than traditional server-based computing. Answer. Circa. Serverless computing allows developers to focus on code without managing servers directly. 35. What is the role of explainable artificial intelligence (XAI) in machine learning models? A. To make AI systems more secretive and less understandable. B. To provide transparency and understandable reasoning behind AI model decisions. C. To eliminate the need for human understanding of AI models. D. To speed up the training process of AI models. Answer. B. To provide transparency and understandable reasoning behind AI model decisions. 36. What is the purpose of blockchain as a service (BaaS) in cloud computing? A. To provide blockchain technology training to developers. B. To offer ready-to-use blockchain infrastructure and tools for developers. C. To create a centralized blockchain network. D. To regulate blockchain transactions on the Internet. Answer. B. To offer ready-to-use blockchain infrastructure and tools for developers. 37. What does the term dark web refer to in the context of the Internet? A. A part of the Internet that is intentionally hidden and only accessible with specific software. B. An area of the Internet with the brightest color scheme. C. A region of the Internet where only professional web developers can access. D. A website with a focus on horror and supernatural content. Answer. A. A part of the internet that is intentionally hidden and only accessible with specific software. 38. What is the significance of the Internet of Behavior (IOB) in the field of technology? A. A new web browser technology. B. A framework for programming internet-enabled devices. C. The study of online consumer behavior using data from various sources. D. A protocol for secure online transactions. Answer. Circa. The study of online consumer behavior using data from various sources. 39. In cloud computing, what does the term multi-cloud refer to? A. The use of multiple cloud storage providers. B. The simultaneous use of multiple cloud computing services from different providers. C. The use of a single cloud provider for all computing needs. D. A type of computer virus that targets multiple cloud servers. Answer. B. The simultaneous use of multiple cloud computing services from different providers. 40. What is the primary purpose of robotic process automation (RPA) in business processes? A. To replace human workers with robots in all business operations. B. To automate repetitive and rule-based tasks using software robots. C. To regulate ethical behavior in the workplace. D. To enhance workplace creativity and innovation. Answer. B. To automate repetitive and rule-based tasks using software robots. 41. What is the concept of zero trust security in cybersecurity? A. Trusting all users and devices by default. B. Verifying the identity of users and devices before granting access, regardless of their location. C. Completely eliminating security measures in a network. D. Trusting only users from well-known locations. Answer. B. Verifying the identity of users and devices before granting access, regardless of their location. 42. How does quantum encryption differ from traditional encryption methods? A. Quantum encryption is slower than traditional encryption. B. Quantum encryption relies on classical bits. C. Quantum encryption uses quantum bits qubits for more secure communication. D. Quantum encryption is only used for military purposes. Answer. Circa. Quantum encryption uses quantum bits qubits for more secure communication.
I have already uploaded one video related to Unit 9 of UGC Paper 1 syllabus. So it is our second part. Question number 11 is related to environmental issues. It says, which of the following is a consequence of water pollution? Soil erosion, ocean acidification, noise pollution, deforestation. It will be ocean acidification. Then next, impacts of pollutants on human health. This is our topic, and the question is, persistent exposure to high levels of noise pollution can lead to what? Respiratory problems, hearing loss, skin disorders, digestive issues. Okay, it will be hearing loss. You will have hearing impairment. Number 13 is related to natural and energy resource, and it says, which renewable energy source involves harnessing the energy from flowing water? Solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectric power, biomass energy. It is a fundamental question. It will be hydroelectric power. Number 14, natural hazards and disaster. This is the topic, and the question is, what is the primary purpose of disaster preparedness? Predicting disasters, preventing disasters, minimizing the impact of disasters, recovering from disasters. It will be minimizing the impact of disasters. International agreement, this is the topic. The Montreal Protocol primarily addresses the protection of the what? Ozone layer, rainforest, freshwater resources, coral reefs. Okay, so it will be, we all know, ozone layer. This is the primary thing related to Montreal Protocol. 16, climate change. What is the main greenhouse gas responsible for trapping heat in Earth's atmosphere? carbon dioxide CO2, methane CH4, nitrous oxide N2O, ozone. So number 16 carbon dioxide CO2 will be correct answer, that is number 1. Next 17 environmental legislation. Question is the Kyoto Protocol focus on reducing emissions of what? Carbon dioxide, methane, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide. It will be methane, CH4, methane. Next is 18. It is related to Sustainable Development Goals as prescribed in the syllabus, SDGs in short. How many SDGs were adopted by the United Nations? 10, 17, 20, 25. It will be 17. 19. Human and environment interaction. This is the subject or topic, and the question is deforestation is primarily caused by what? Natural disasters, human activities, climate change, volcanic eruptions. Okay, it will be human activities, that is number B. Number 20, related to Environmental Protection Act 1986, it says the Environmental Impact Assessment, in short EIA, is a crucial component of the Environmental Protection Act and is used for what? Regulating air pollution, assessing the environmental impact of projects, managing noise pollution, protecting biodiversity. It will be assessing the environmental impact of projects. This is their task. Next, 21. Environmental issues. Wait, environmental issue, this is our topic. Now the question will be, so the primary source of indoor air pollution is what? Industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, household activities, deforestation. It will be household activities, that is number C. Number 22, related to natural and energy resources, it says which renewable energy source involves converting sunlight into electricity using photovoltaic cells? Wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy. So it will be solar. Natural hazards and disasters, this is the topic. Question, tsunamis are often triggered by what? Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes under the ocean, hurricane winds, tornadoes. So it will be earthquakes under the ocean. Okay, and tsunami is the ramification of earthquake under the ocean. Next, 24, related to international agreement, it says the Rio Summit, also known as Earth Summit, is focused on what? Climate change, biodiversity, ozone layer protection, desertification. So it will be biodiversity. Next is climate change. The term greenhouse effect refers to what? Planting more trees to combat climate change, trapping heat in the atmosphere by greenhouse gases, reducing the use of pesticides in agriculture, creating artificial green spaces in urban areas. These are the provided options for you. So it will be trapping heat in the atmosphere by greenhouse gases. Number B will be correct. 26, environmental legislation is what? This is related to environmental legislation. It says the National Action Plan on Climate Change, NAPCC, in India, it aims to do what? Control air pollution, mitigate the impacts of climate change, regulate water pollution, preserve biodiversity. It will be mitigate the impacts of climate change. 27, Sustainable Development Goals. This is the topic, and the question is Goal 12 of the SDGs focuses on what? Quality education, responsible consumption and production, gender equality, affordable and clean energy. It will be responsible consumption and production. Then 28, human and environment interaction. So this is the topic, and the question is, urbanization is often associated with what? Decreased pollution, increased biodiversity, deforestation, preservation of natural habitats. It will be deforestation related to number C. Next is Environmental Protection Act 29. It says the precautionary principle is in environmental law suggests that what? A strict penalties should be imposed for environmental violations. Preventive measures should be taken when an activity may harm the environment. Only economic considerations should guide environmental policies. Environmental protection is not a priority. So it will be preventive measures should be taken when an activity may harm the environment. This is called precautionary principle in environmental law. It is related to next question is environmental issue, and it says eutrophication. It is a process caused by an excess of what? Oxygen in water bodies, nitrogen and phosphorus in water bodies, salinity in soil, have heavy metals in soil. So it will be nitrogen and phosphorus in water bodies. Moving on, it is related to environmental issues. It says acid rain is primarily caused by the emission of what? CO2, NOx, SO2, CS4, O3. So it will be NOx and SO2, nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. 32, impacts of pollutants on human health. This is the topic, and the question is, exposure to mercury pollution is most associated with what? Respiratory problems, cardiovascular diseases, neurological disorders, skin disorders. It will be neurological disorders, that is related to brain. Next is 33, related to natural and energy resources. Which renewable energy source is generated from the organic materials for plants and animals? Wind energy, solar energy, biomass energy, hydroelectric energy. Okay, it will be biomass. Biomass energy will be correct. Next is natural hazards and disasters, and the question is, a seismometer is an instrument used to measure what? Wind speed, earthquake intensity, atmospheric pressure, temperature variations. So you all know it's a very intrinsic question related to our day-to-day life. It will be earthquake intensity. Next is international agreements. This is the topic, and the question is, the Convention on Biological Diversity, CBD, it aims to do what? Combat climate change, conserve biodiversity and promote its sustainable use, and regulate air quality, manage water resources. What do you think? Okay, it will be conserve biodiversity and promote its sustainable use. Next is climate change. Again, methane is considered a potent greenhouse gas and is often released during what? Deforestation, agriculture, livestock digestion, industrial manufacturing, burning fossil fuels. It will be agriculture related to livestock digestion. Next is environmental legislation. So 37, it says the Clear Air Act in the United States primarily addresses the control of what? Water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution. It will be air pollution. Third, it says it is Sustainable Development Goals question. Goal 7 of the SDGs focuses on what? Clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, gender equality, zero hunger. So it is related to affordable and clean energy. So next is human and environment interaction. This is the question, and it says desertification is the process that leads to what? Expansion of forest, conversion of fertile land into deserts, increased rainfall in arid regions, preservation of biodiversity. So it will be related to conservation, no, not conservation, conversion of fertile land into deserts. It is called desertification. Next, Environmental Protection Act 1986, it says the concept of environmental impact assessment, EIA, it involves what? Monitoring environmental conditions after an activity has taken place. B. Assessing potential environmental effects before a project is undertaken. Setting legal limits on pollutant emissions. Punishing environmental offenders after violations occur. So, what do you think? It will be assessing potential environmental effects before project is undertaken. This we have talked. It is a repeated question. Okay, next is 41. 41. Wait. We have 50 questions. Yes. This topic is environmental issues. The question is the term microplastics. It refers to what? Small organisms in aquatic ecosystems, tiny particles of plastic pollution, microscopic bacteria in soil, miniature wind turbines for energy production. It will be tiny particles of plastic pollution. 42. Impacts of pollutants on human health. Question is, which health issue is associated with prolonged exposure to air pollution in urban areas? Vitamin deficiency, cardiovascular diseases, allergies, osteoporosis. For it, it will be cardiovascular diseases. Cardiovascular means related to health, if I'm not wrong. So next is 43, natural and energy resources. So the question is, in the context of energy transition, what is the role of smart grids? Enhancing communication between appliances, improving the efficiency and reliability of electricity distribution, minimizing the use of renewable energy source, facilitating wildlife conservation. What do you think? It will be improving the efficiency and reliability of electricity distribution. This will be correct. Next, natural hazards and disasters. It says the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. It focuses on what? Promoting tourism in disaster-prone areas, enhancing early warning systems for tsunamis, reducing disaster risk and increasing resilience, expanding urbanization in earthquake-prone zones. So many options. So it will be reducing disaster risk and increasing tsunami resilience. Next is international agreements. It says the Kigali Amendment to the Montreal Protocol. It addresses the phase out of what? Ozone depleting substances, greenhouse gases, marine pollutants, nuclear waste. It will be greenhouse gases. Next, climate change. What is carbon footprint commonly used to measure impact of deforestation on biodiversity, individual or organizational contribution to carbon emissions, efficiency of solar energy production, availability of carbon credits in the market? It will be what? Carbon footprint is related to individual or organizational contribution to carbon emissions. This will be correct. Environmental legislation. The European Green Deal is an initiative aimed at what? promoting sustainable agriculture, addressing climate change and environmental challenges, reducing air travel emissions, regulating electronic waste. So it will be addressing climate change and environmental challenges. Next is Sustainable Development Goals SDGs. It says Goal 13 of the SDGs focuses on what? Clear water and sanitation, climate action, gender equality, quality education. So it will be climate change. Next, human and environment interaction. It says what is the concept of rebuilding in conservation biology or conservation in introducing wild animals into urban areas, restoring ecosystems to their natural state by reintroducing native species, creating artificial habitats for endangered species, designing wildlife reserves for ecotourism. So it will be restoring ecosystems to their natural state by reintroducing native species. Last, not last, the question is related to Environmental Protection Act 1986. It says the concept of extended producer responsibility (EPR) in waste management involves what? Consumers taking responsibility for recycling, manufacturers being responsible for the end of life disposal of their products, government agencies managing all aspects of waste disposal, NGOs coordinating waste reduction initiative. So it will be manufacturers being responsible for the end of life disposal of their products. Number B. Question number 51. Wait. Okay, it says it is also related to environmental issues. It says what is the primary environmental concern associated with hydraulic fracturing or fracking? Air pollution, soil erosion, noise pollution, microplastic contamination. So it will be air pollution. Next is impacts of pollutants on human health. Question: the term vector-borne diseases refers to illnesses transmitted by what? Contaminated water, airborne pollutants, mosquitoes and ticks, industrial emissions. Okay, it will be mosquitoes and ticks. Next, natural and energy resources is the topic, and the question is which technology is central to the capture and storage of carbon dioxide (CCS) to mitigate climate change? Solar panels, wind turbines, carbon capture technology, hydroelectric power. It will be carbon capture technology, that is number C. Next is natural hazards and disasters. It says what is the purpose of the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction observed on October 13th? Promoting disaster tourism, raising awareness about disaster preparedness, celebrating technological advancement in disaster response, advocating for increased urbanization in disaster prone areas. Natural hazards and disasters, so the answer will be raising awareness about disaster preparedness. Next is it says international agreement. The Nagoya Protocol, it addresses issues related to what? Climate change adaptation, access to genetic resources and the fair sharing of benefits, control of marine pollution, protection of endangered species. So it will be what? It will be carbon capture. No, not carbon capture. It will be access to genetic resources and the fair sharing of benefits. This will be correct. Next, climate change, ocean acidification. I think we have done this. It is a consequence of increased levels of what? Carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Next is environmental legislation. The European Union's Single-Use Plastics Directive aims to do what? Promote the use of single-use plastics, ban all single-use plastic products, regulate the recycling of single-use plastics, encourage the export of single-use plastics to developing countries. It will be regulate the recycling of single-use plastics. SDG goal 11 of the SDGs focuses on what? Affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, life below water. So it will be sustainable cities and communities. Next, human and environment interaction. It says the concept of green infrastructure involves what? Building infrastructure with minimal environmental impact, integrating natural elements into urban planning for environmental benefits, using only renewable energy sources for infrastructure development, implementing strict environmental regulations for infrastructure projects. It will be integrating natural elements into urban planning for environmental benefits. Number 60. Environmental Protection Act. The concept of circular economy is aligned with the principles of what? End of pipe solutions, sustainable consumption, environmental deregulation, linear production model. What will be? It will be sustainable consumption. It is done. Now from 61 to 70. Yes. Environmental issues. This is the topic. And the question is greenwashing. It refers to what? Advocacy for environmental causes, misleading claims about environmental benefits of a product or company, promoting the use of green spaces in urban planning, implementing sustainable business practices. Okay, it will be misleading claims about environmental benefits of a product or a company, that is called greenwashing. Second, impacts of pollutants on human health. What health issue is associated with exposure to electronic waste, e-waste? Respiratory problems, skin disorders, neurological disorders, cardiovascular diseases. Okay, this will be neurological. Your brain problem will occur if you are not sensitive about electronic waste. Next is natural and energy resources. So this is the topic. The question is, what is the primary environmental concern associated with deep sea mining? Habitat destruction, air pollution, water scarcity, loss of biodiversity. It will be water, habitat destruction. Habitat destruction will be correct. We all know millions of species live under water. So if you do deep sea mining, they will be obliterated. 64. Natural hazards and disasters. And the question is, the resilience divided in disaster management. It refers to do what? Financial compensation for disaster victims, long-term benefits gained from investment in resilience measures, the economic cost of rebuilding after a disaster, emergency response plans during a disaster. It will be long-term benefits gained from investment in resilience measures. Next, international agreements. It says the Minatma Convention addresses the issue of what? Land degradation, mercury pollution, desertification, greenhouse gas emissions. So it will be mercury pollution. Next, climate change. Climate adaptations adaptation refers to what? Mitigating the causes of climate change, adjusting to the existing impacts of climate change, developing technologies for climate control, shifting to renewable energy sources. So this will be adjusting to the existing impacts of climate change. Next, environmental legislation related to law. The right to repair. This is a movement related to what? Consumer rights in repairing electronic devices, industrial emissions reduction, protection of endangered species, regulation of air quality in urban areas. It will be consumer rights in repairing electronic devices. That is related to right to repair. Next, Sustainable Development Goals SDGs. Goal 14 of the SDGs focuses on what? Clean water and sanitation, life below water, sustainable cities and communities, affordable and clean energy. It will be life below water. Life below water. Next, human and environment interaction. Question is, citizen science involves what? Scientific research conducted only by professional scientists, active involvement of the public in scientific research and data collection, banning citizens from accessing scientific information, use of scientific data exclusively for governmental purposes. It will be active involvement of the public in scientific research and data collection. Next, Environmental Protection Act 1986, it says the concept of biodiversity offsetting involves what? Compensating for biodiversity loss in one area by enhancing biodiversity in another, reducing the overall reliance on biodiversity for environmental balance, creating artificial habitats without considering biodiversity conservation, eliminating the need for biodiversity conservation measures. So it will be compensating of biodiversity loss in one area by enhancing biodiversity and in another. Then moving on, next question is 71. It is also related to environmental issues. It says urban heat islands are primarily caused by what? Urban heat islands. Urban heat islands are primarily caused by excessive use of air conditioners, deforestation in urban areas, increased greenhouse gas emissions, overpopulation in cities. It will be increased greenhouse gas emissions, that is number C. Next, impacts of pollutants on human health. It says what is the potential health risk associated with microplastic contamination in food, cardiovascular diseases, allergies, respiratory problems, and endocrine disruption. So it will be endocrine disruption, that is number D. Next is natural and energy resources. It says which renewable energy source is often harnessed through the use of tidal turbines: wind energy, solar energy, tidal energy, biomass energy. We all know tidal energy. It is found in the sea, if I'm not wrong. Next, natural hazards and disasters. The Hyogo framework for action is related to the reduction of risk associated with what? Earthquakes, hurricanes, wildfires, tsunamis. It will be earthquakes, number A. Next is international agreements. The IG targets parts of the Convention on Biological Diversity. It focuses on what? Climate change mitigation, marine conservation, sustainable urbanization, preservation of cultural heritage. So this will be marine conservation. Next, climate change. It says carbon offsetting is a practice that involves what? Capturing and storing carbon emissions, reducing carbon emissions in one area to compensate for emissions elsewhere, increasing carbon emissions to stimulate economic growth, planting more trees to absorb carbon dioxide. It will be reducing carbon emissions in one area to compensate for emissions elsewhere. Next, the concept of cap and trade is often used to regulate what? Water pollution, air pollution, soil erosion, noise pollution. It will be air pollution. That is number B. Next is saying goal 15 of the SDGs focuses on what? Life below water, clean water and sanitation, life on land, gender equality. It will be life on land. Next, what is the primary goal of the Green New Deal in various countries? Reducing greenhouse gas emissions, expanding urbanization, promoting deforestation, deregulating environmental laws. It will be reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Next, Environmental Protection Act is the topic. The concept of blue economy, it emphasizes on what? Sustainable use of marine resources for economic development, expansion of industrial activities in coastal areas, strict regulation of water pollution, restricting access to water resources for economic gain. It will be sustainable use of marine resources for economic development, that is related to blue economy. Okay, wait. Yes, go on. 81 89 81. Okay, 81 says what is the primary environmental concern associated with the use of nicotinoid pesticides? Sorry for the pronunciation. Soil erosion, groundwater contamination, air pollution, loss of biodiversity, especially pollinators. It will be loss of biodiversity and especially pollinators. Next, the sick building syndrome is often linked to what? Noise pollution, indoor air pollution, exposure to electromagnetic fields, prolonged exposure to sunlight. It will be indoor air pollution, sick building syndrome. Next, which renewable energy sources often utilized in concentrated solar power? CSP plants, wind energy, biomass energy, solar energy, geothermal energy. It will be solar energy. Next is 84. It says the Richter scale is used to measure the magnitude of what? Hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, volcanic eruptions. It is earthquakes, we all know. Next is the best convention primarily deals with the control and management of what? Hazardous waste and their disposal, greenhouse gas emissions, ozone depleting substances, transboundary air pollution. It will be hazardous waste and their disposals. Next is adaptation finance refers to funding directed towards what? Reducing carbon emissions, promoting renewable energy projects, supporting measures to adapt to the impacts of climate change, expanding industrial activities. It will be supporting measures to adapt to the impacts of climate change. Next is the clean water rule in the United States is associated with the protection of what? Drinking water sources, coastal ecosystem, underground aquifers, lakes and rivers. What do you think? It will be drinking water sources. Number A will be correct. Next is Sustainable Development Goals. SDGs. Goal 9 of the SDGs focuses on what? Gender equality, industry, innovation and infrastructure, quality education, zero hunger. It will be industry, innovation and infrastructure. Number B. Next, human and environment interaction. Biophilic design in architecture aims to do what? minimize the use of natural materials, incorporate natural elements to enhance human well-being, maximize energy consumption, promote industrial aesthetics. It will be incorporate natural elements to enhance human well-being. The concept of green bonds is often associated with what financing environmentally sustainable projects, reducing emissions from power plants, carbon offsetting initiative, wildlife conservation efforts. It will be financing environmentally sustainable projects. Now from 91 to 100. Okay, wait. What is the primary environmental concern associated with the use of PAR and polyfluoroalkyl, sorry for the pronunciation, substances, PFAS? Groundwater contamination, air pollution, soil erosion, ozone depletion. It will be groundwater contamination, that is number A. Next is impacts of pollutants on human health. Prolonged exposure to high level of nitrogen oxide is linked to what? Respiratory problems, cardiovascular diseases, skin disorders, neurological disorders. It will be respiratory problems. Next, which of the following is a non-renewable sources? Wind energy, biomass, coal, solar. Coal will be correct answer. It is a non-renewable. Next, the Fujita scale is used to measure the intensity of what? Tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricane, earthquake. Tornadoes. Next, the Ramsar Convention focuses on the conservation and wise use of what? Biological diversity, wetlands, coral reefs, old growth forest. It will be wetlands. Next, carbon sequestration refers to the process of what? Capturing and storing carbon emissions, reducing the use of carbon-based fuels, increasing carbon emissions for economic growth, enhancing the greenhouse effect. It will be capturing and storing carbon emissions. Environmental legislation, it says the European Union's REACH regulation is aimed at what? Promoting renewable energy, regulating chemicals and ensuring their safe use, protecting marine ecosystems, preventing deforestation. It will be regulating chemicals and ensuring their safe use. Number B. Next, goal 16 of the SDG focuses on what? Clean water and sanitation, peace, justice and strong institutions, affordable and clean energy, quality education. It will be number B, peace, justification and strong institutions. Human and environment interaction is the topic. The question is, ecotourism is characterized by what? Mass tourism with little regard for environmental impact. Tourism focus on exploring natural environments with conservation in mind. Extreme sports in urban areas. Industrial tourism. It will be tourism focused on exploring natural environments with conservation in mind. 100 and last question. The concept of upcycling in waste management involves what? Breaking down materials for recycling, creating new products of higher value from discarded materials, exporting waste to other countries, burning waste for energy production. It will be creating new products of higher value from discarded materials. That's all. Keep on studying, keep on. We have been discussing various topics related to UGC NET paper 1. In that endeavor, I have already prepared some videos related to various units, and through this we will try to discuss one more topic, that is unit 9, in short called people development and environment, or what, something like that. So let's try to begin. First question, what is the main focus of the sustainable development goals, in short SDGs? Economic growth only, social development only, environmental protection only, integrated development across economic, social and environmental dimensions. These four options are given, so correct option will be integrated development across economic, social and environmental dimensions. This will be correct. So if we move on, then we will get number 2. It says human and environment interaction. So this is the topic. So the question is, anthropogenic activities refer to what? Natural processes, human-made activities, animal behaviors, atmospheric conditions. So it will be human-made activities. Then environmental issue. This is the topic. Question is, which of the following is a global environmental issue? Local deforestation, regional air pollution, climate change, noise pollution in a city. It will be climate change, number C. Likewise, impacts of pollutants on human health. So this is the topic. Question is, long-term exposure to air pollution is most likely to cause what? Skin irritation, respiratory problems, digestive issues, muscular pain. It will be respiratory problems. Next, the topic is related to natural and energy resources. Which renewable energy source is derived from the Earth's internal heat? Solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy. It will be geothermal energy. 6. Natural hazards and disasters. What is a common mitigation strategy for natural disasters? Increasing greenhouse gas emissions, urbanization without planning, early warning systems and preparedness, deforestation. So it will be early warning systems and preparedness. Next is related to environmental legislation. The Environmental Protection Act in short 1986 in India primarily focuses on what? Wildlife conservation, pollution control and environmental protection, industrial development, urban planning. So it will be pollution control and environmental protection. The next topic is international agreements. The Paris Agreement, it aims to address what? Ozone layer depletion, biodiversity loss, climate change, land degradation. It will be climate change. 9 topic is natural resources, and the question is, which of the following is a non-renewable resource? Solar, wind, fossil fuels, biomass. It will be fossil fuels. Number 10, climate change. The main driver of climate change is what? Natural variations in the Earth's orbit, human activities, especially the burning of fossil fuels, changes in solar radiation, volcanic eruptions. It will be human activities, especially the burning of fossil fuels. Number B. Roy. Hello viewers, we have been discussing previous year question papers for UGC NET paper 1, but in this video we will not talk or discuss about that. We will rather try to discuss about a portion of the syllabus related to UGC NET paper 1, and that is higher education. This will be a blend of both contemporary and ancient Indian higher education system discussion. Here you will get questions from modern to ancient, from ancient to modern, and I have already done one video and that I have already uploaded, and it will be my second attempt for you to give you an insight about higher education through MCQs that is I have gathered. One more significant thing is that though I have done my best to impart you the correct answer, but still sometime due to some reason it may happen that I may tell you the wrong answer as the correct answer, or there will be some error in the question pattern or in the answer pattern. Therefore, it is always better to do your own research. You must do your own cross verification. Without that, you will not be able to know whether what I have told you is right or wrong. Most of the time it will be right, but the room for wrong is always there. So it is always better to do your own research, that I always emphasize upon. Okay, that is the main thing. And do not treat my answer as an absolute answer or absolute truth. There is no answer is absolute answer. So therefore you must do your own research. That's all. Now my introduction is finished. Now let's try to come back to our first question. It says, institutions of higher learning in ancient India primarily focused on what? A. Technical education. B. Religious studies. C. Agricultural practices. D. Military training. What do you think? So the first question's answer will be number B, that is religious studies. Then the evolution of higher learning and research in post-independence India is characterized by what? A decline in academic standards, rapid expansion and diversification, strict adherence to traditional methods, limited emphasis on research. So it will be rapid expansion and diversification. This is the evolution of higher learning and research in post-independent India. During the time of British, where British had ruled India, at that time India was not significantly in the arena of research and higher education. Next, which category includes learning programs like Ayurveda, Yoga, and Sanskrit studies, Oriental learning, conventional learning, non-conventional learning, or technical education? So this question's answer will be Oriental learning. Number A will be correct, Oriental learning. Moving on. Professional, technical, and skill-based education in India aims to do what? Preserve traditional knowledge, equip individuals for specific careers, promote religious studies, encourage artistic pursuits. So it will be equip individuals for specific careers. This is the objective of professional, technical, and skill-based education in India. What does value education in the context of higher education emphasize? Job skills, ethical and moral values, technical expertise, academic achievement. So it will be ethical and moral values. Without it, if you have wealth, if you have enlightenment, it will be futile. Moving on. Policies, governance, and administration in higher education refer to what? The role of international organizations, the management and oversight of educational institutions, historical events in academia, the promotion of sports in universities. So it will be the management and oversight of educational institutions. Next, which era in Indian history saw the flourishing of institutions like Nalanda and Taxila? If you don't know what is Nalanda or what is Taxila and what it contributed, you must know. So do your own research. Gupta Empire, Maurya Empire, Mughal Empire, Chola dynasty. So correct answer will be Gupta Empire. Next, environmental education in higher learning focuses on what? Agricultural practices, sustainable development and conservation, industrial growth and population control. So it will be sustainable development and conservation. Conservation, it is the focus of higher learning in the context of environmental education. Now we have done one part. Moving on, now we will try to do other part. So that is this thing. Which committee played a significant role in shaping the education policy in post-independence India? This you must know. Kothari Committee, Nehru Committee, Patel Committee, Gandhi Committee. So this will be Kothari Committee. If you don't know about it, I recommend you to go through it in detail. It will definitely help you. And one more thing I forgot to tell you at the beginning of this video, and that is, no matter what you study, no matter how hard you study, whatever you have studied, it's a high chance that that will never come. But that study, through that study, you might have enough knowledge, ample of information related to various topics. So when you will get a question, try to find a keyword, or if you have understood the question, try to connect the dot. Through that only you will be able to make a topic which you have never studied correct. Got it? So moving on, the IITs, Indian Institutes of Technology, are examples of institutions that primarily focus on what? Humanities and social sciences, technical and engineering education, medical sciences and environmental studies. So it will be, we all know, technical and engineering education. Unfortunately, many alumnus related to IITs, they have migrated to foreign countries for employment opportunities. So in India, through our money, through our resources, they have studied and now they have migrated. But in one context, that is also correct, that is also true, that is also right, because they want to contribute something in a big scale, and they don't have that opportunity here, and they are not paid well here. That is also a matter. So that's a kind of debatable thing. I would not like to emphasize. I have just mentioned my own thing, my own perspective. So just like IITs, actually my own opinion that government should also invest money in other institutions of state and central universities and other institutions too. We don't have that kind of opportunities, that kind of facilities or infrastructure that we see or that we have observed in IITs. So that's all. Now let's try to move on. Next, what is the primary goal of skill-based education in India? Encouraging theoretical knowledge, promoting cultural studies, enhancing employability and practical skills, advancing research in the arts. What is the primary goal of skill-based education in India? So it will be enhancing employability and practical skills. Next, which educational program falls under non-conventional learning in India? Engineering, medicine, open and distance learning, and commerce. Non-conventional learning, that means which is not traditional. That will be ODL, open and distance learning. Moving on, the National Policy on Education, in short NPE, is aimed at what? Restricting access to higher education, promoting regional languages over English, enhancing the quality of education at all levels, reducing government funding for universities. So it will be enhancing the quality of education at all levels. This is the fundamental aim of NPE. Next, which body is responsible for the coordination and determination of standards in institutions of higher education in India? UGC, AICTE, NBA, MHRD. We all know it is University Grants Commission. Next, the concept of Gurukul in ancient India was associated with what? Monastic practices, traditional dance forms, residential education under a guru, military training camps. So it will be residential education under a guru, Gurukul. Okay. Now, moving on. Which Indian city is known for the Indian Statistical Institute, in short ISI, a premier institution for research and education in statistics? Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, and Chennai. So correct answer will be Kolkata, or in short West Bengal. Next is the concept of open and distance learning is primarily focused on what? Classroom-based instruction, online education, correspondence courses, laboratory-based experiments. So it will be correspondence course. This is the concept of open and distance learning. They focus on this thing. The term Ivy League next is commonly associated with prestigious universities in which country? India, United States, United Kingdom, and Australia. It will be United States, USA in short. Next is which committee is associated with recommending measures to revamp the examination system in India? Malhotra Committee, Radhakrishnan Committee, Parthasarathi Committee, Yashpal Committee. So it will be Parthasastri Committee. If I am not wrong, this is what I have got, but please try to verify. I have constantly telling you. Next is the Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, in short RUSA. It aims to what? Promote sports in universities, enhance infrastructure in higher education institutions, restrict the number of students in universities, abolish reservation policies in educational institutions. So it will be enhance infrastructure in higher education institutions. Through RUSA, government funding are done for college, for various government higher educational institutions. Next is the National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC, in India focuses on what? Promoting cultural studies, skill development and vocational training, advancing research in science and technology, reducing government funding for educational program. So it will be skill development and vocational training. Number B. This is the primary focus of NSDC. Next, which of the following is not a traditional Indian system of medicine studied in higher education? Ayurveda, Siddha, naturopathy, and acupuncture. Ayurveda is correct, Siddha is also correct, naturopathy is also correct, except acupuncture. This is not correct. Acupuncture will be our correct answer. Now, next question. Which of the following is a centrally funded technical institution in India that specializes in aerospace engineering? IIM Bangalore, NIT Trichy, IIT Bombay, ISRO Bangalore. So correct answer will be IIT Bombay. Next is the concept of Gurukul. Education in ancient India was prevalent in which of the following period? Vedic period, Maurya period, Gupta period, Mughal period. The concept of Gurukul. So this concept was related to Vedic period. Number A will be correct. Next, the National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF. If you don't know about it, immediately search it. NIRF in India is associated with the ranking of what? Industries, universities and colleges, political parties, tourist destinations. Since it is related to education, I presume actually that you will know, and you know, so correct answer will be university and colleges. Next, which of the following is a non-conventional course offered in higher education? Medicine, engineering, fashion designing and physics. It will be fashion designing. This is a new concept. Next thing is the term UGC in the context of higher education stands for what? This we all know, University Grants Commission. Next, which policy was introduced to promote the use of information and communication technology (ICT) in education in India? New Education Policy NEP 2020, National Policy on Education NPE 1996, ICT in Education Policy to 2004, and Skill India Initiative 2015. So ICT in Education Policy 2004, it will be correct answer. So this was the policy which had introduced to promote the use of information and communication technology in education in India. Nowadays we use it in a very extensive way. Next is the All India Council for Technical Education, in short AICTE. It is primarily responsible for the accreditation of what? Medical colleges, engineering colleges, arts and humanities colleges, agricultural colleges. AICTE, they are intrinsically focused on engineering colleges. AICTE related to technical education. So from the question itself, you may make out. So if there is technical, so medical college will not be related to technical, neither arts and humanities nor agricultural colleges. So engineering college will be correct. Then, which Indian state is known for its contribution to the Indian Institute of Management, in short IIM, system with the establishment of the first IIM? Maharashtra, Gujarat, West Bengal, Karnataka. So it will be West Bengal was the first state to do so. Okay, moving on. We have got another question. In the context of the new education policy, in short, in brief, NEP 2020, what is the recommended duration for an undergraduate degree in higher education? This question I have already discussed many times. We all know that is 4 years. Then the Study in India program, launched by the government of India, it aims to attract international students to pursue higher education in India. Which ministry is responsible for this initiative? Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Ministry of Finance. It will be Ministry of External Affairs. So right now, Ministry of External Affairs Minister is S. Jaishankar. If you are watching this video in the year 2023, if not, then it may change in future, that I don't know. So they have launched it. Next is the National Research Foundation, in short NRF. In India, it is proposed to be set up for the promotion of what? Skill development, research and innovation, foreign collaboration, sports and higher education. So it will be research and innovation. So next, which IIT in India is known for its focus on research and innovation in the field of artificial intelligence and data science? IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Madras. So it will be IIT Madras, number 4 in South India, IIT Madras. Next is under the Skill in India initiative, which flagship program focuses on providing industry relevant skills to the youth to enhance employability? National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme NAPS, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana PMKVY, Make in India, Startup India. So it will be Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Next, the National Institutional Ranking Framework NIRF, it considers various parameters for ranking educational institutions. Now, which of the following is not one of those parameters? Teaching, learning and resources, perception, industry, collaboration, publications. So it will be all are correct except the publications. They do not engage in publication. Next is, which regulatory body is responsible for accrediting higher education institutions in India and ensuring quality assurance? UGC, NBA, AICTE, Ministry of Education. So it will be National Board of Accreditation, NBA. Next, the Higher Education Leadership Development Program HELDP is aimed at nurturing leadership skill among what? Students, faculty members, administrative staff or research scholars? It will be administrative staff. Now, another portion we have to solve. So let's do it. The National Educational Technology Forum NETF in India, it aims to do what? Regulate tuition fees in private institutions, promote the use of technology in education, increase the number of universities, implement a uniform curriculum across all states. So it will be promote the use of technology in education. This is the work done by them. Which government initiative focuses on providing financial assistance to meritorious students from economically weaker sections to pursue higher education? Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, National Scholarship Portrayal, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So it will be National Scholarship Portrayal. If you are still engaged in higher education for different kind of courses, then you should often visit this website NSP. Here you will get to know various scholarship sponsored by UGC as well as other ministry of Indian government itself and various state governments. Next is the SIAM platform in India is designed to provide what? Skill development courses, open and distance learning courses, research grants to universities, sports facilities in educational institutions. So it will be not academic, skill development, sport facility. Wait, I am trying to search it. Yes, open and distance learning courses. This will be correct. Next, the National Academic Depository, NAD in short, it facilitates the issuance and verifications of what? Academic certificates and degrees, bank loans for students, research publications, skill development certificates. So it works for wait a bit. Yes, it wait for skill development Startup India. Academic certificates and degrees, number A will be correct. Next, which government scheme focuses on promoting entrepreneurship and innovation among students in higher education institutions? Make in India, Startup India, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Digital India. So it will be Startup India. So in India, startup is needed. Okay, our most of the population, the majority, they try to advocate for government job. That is okay, some section can do that, but if we all engage in government job preparation, then India will never grow. To India grow, we must have startups, we must have business, we must be entrepreneurs. Okay, that is a short simple thing that I have tried to discuss with you. That's all. Now let's move on. Next is the Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan RUSA. It emphasizes the establishment of what traditional libraries, smart classrooms, research parks and innovation hubs, sport complexes. So it will be research parks and innovation hubs. Next is the Smart India Hackathon is an initiative that encourages students to do what? Participate in sport activities, engage in hackathons for problem solving, pursue arts and humanities, undertake internship in industries. So it will be undertake internships in industries. This will be correct. That's all. Now we have to move on. We will now land in another portion. So the question is, the National Testing Agency that we all know, it is responsible for conducting entrance exam for admission to higher education institutions, which exam is not conducted by NTA, GEE Main, NEET NEET, CAT CAT, GAT GAT. So correct answer will be CAT, Common Admission Test, if I'm not wrong. Next is the Higher Education Financing Agency, HEFA. It was set up to what? Provide scholarship to students, fund research projects in universities, improve the infrastructure of higher education institutions, regulate tuition fees in private colleges. So it will be improve the infrastructure of higher education institutions. Next is, which initiative is aimed at promoting academic collaboration and cultural exchange between Indian and foreign higher education institutions? Study in India, Swayam SPARC Spark RUSA. So it will be Spark SPARC. Next, the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan UBA, it focuses on what? Urban development project, rural development project through higher education institutions, skill development in metro cities, international collaborations in education. So it will be what? Unnat Bharat Abhiyan UBA, rural development projects through higher education education institutions will be correct. Next is the NIRF ranking. It includes separate categories for ranking institutions in different disciplines. Which categories specifically for ranking engineering institutions? Overall, universities, engineering, medical. It will be engineering. That is C. Next, which government scheme aims to provide financial support for the establishment of the new institutions, especially in areas with inadequate educational infrastructure? RUSA 2.0 or 2.0, Impress, IMPRESS. So if you see any abbreviation, that must have full form. Okay, so try to find it out. Swayam Prabha, then HEFA. So it will be RUSA 2.0. Number A will be correct. Next, the National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF, It was launched by the Ministry of Education to rank institutions based on various parameters. When was it first introduced? 2010, 2015, 2018, 2020. It will be in the year 2015. Next, the Institutions Innovation Council (IIC) initiative is aimed at fostering innovation in higher education institutions and is implemented by whom? AICTE, UGC, NAC, NBA. So it will be NBA, that is number D, NBA. Another portion of the question paper we have finished. Now let's move on to okay, there is no more question. That's all. We have discussed more than, I think, 20 questions if I'm not wrong. And now let's try to discuss further in our upcoming videos. I hope it will help you, but as usual I often say, and that is, no matter what you study, how much you have labored, that will never going to work. Same to same will never come, that I'm trying to say. But as often I say that through your connecting of dots, through the connection of dots, you should try to answer your question. In that way, most of the time your answer will be correct. That's all. Keep on learning.